It's cold, dark, and a tad bit windy, but look at this. Snubbull and a Grimer in my neighborhood, just down the street from where I live. I live just behind, about 3 houses down behind me there. And Grimer should be just right down here. Man, I have my rare spawns on lockdown in my neighborhood. I had that Mareep, like you just saw earlier. Nuts, I'm telling you. There's Snubbull. Snubbull is a rare spawn for me. You guys might see a lot of them, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and raspberry this. And great toss, there we go. Come on. Come on. Booyah. The wind's blowing too, so if it's hard to hear me, I'm sorry. Look at this. Snow. In March. Unbelievable. I caught him. Is he any good? No. Well, I hope this Grimer's here, though. We gotta keep walking. Oh, I hope this Grimer's here. Come on. This Grimer's gotta be here. He's still in the nearby. There he is. Grimer! Oh my god! 522. You've got to peanut berry this, for sure. Okay, Ultra Ball. Oh my gosh, that's a terrible toss. That wasn't a good toss. 1, 2. Yes. Okay. So, I was supposed to post a video yesterday and nobody asked any questions. So, I just caught that Grimer. That's awesome. So, next time you see me, it's going to be tomorrow. Maybe somebody will ask questions. Maybe not. If not, we're going to go over some fun topics. Well, no one asked any questions yesterday, so we're going to go over some questions today. Luckily, a guy from one of my Facebook pages asked a bunch of questions, and while I answer the questions, we're going to do some evolutions. So, let's start off with some evolutions. First up, we have Drowsy with 86% IV. Let's take him all the way. Hypno got a really good buff per se, with now being able to learn Future Sight, which does 120. That is huge. Hypno is tanky and does pretty good amount of damage. So we're looking for Confusion, Future Sight. That'd be awesome. That's okay. Confusion Psychic still does a massive amount of damage. Of course, Future Sight would be better, but Psychic, nonetheless, is fine. So, Corey says, what does the stars mean when I catch something? Now, I'm thinking he's referring to when you throw the Pokeball once, and it shakes once and you get a critical catch. Well, that's what it means, a critical catch. It's basically just a random moment in time. It's not affected by anything else outside of the game, so to speak, or in the game. A critical catch is just random. It could even be against a rare Pokemon. It's where you throw the Pokeball once, it shakes, and then swirls. That's a critical catch. Basically saves you the time and the effort of whipping more Pokeballs at the Pokemon you're trying to catch. Again, it's completely random, but it's pretty cool that they put it in the game. Why you don't get extra XP for it, not sure. It's kind of strange. But they're still awesome to have in the game. Alright, next up is Growlithe, 86% IV. I've got an 82% IV, and I've got a 91% IV. But both of them, I don't think, are the best moveset. So, actually 82 is Ember Fire Blast. I would like an Ember Fire Blast with this one. Or actually Fire Fang Fire Blast, to be honest. It's only my third Arcanine, believe it or not. What? Snarl and Wild Charge. Well, I'll tell you one thing. That'd be good defensively against Vaporeon. Snarl does regular damage and Wild Charge does super effective damage. I might power him up and just throw him in gyms. Alright. The next question he asks is, what difference does IV make in a Pokemon's max CP? Does HP, defense, or attack make different IV percentage in different Pokemon? Okay. IVs do make a difference in a Pokemon's max CP. If you have 100% IV Pokemon, you will have a 100% CP maxed Pokemon. For example, Dragonite maxes out at 3,500. If you want to max CP Dragonite, you need a 100% IV Dragonite. So the less your IVs are, the less the percentage of your CP is going to be. Now, they say anywhere from 80% and above, the difference in CP isn't as much. I believe, off the top of my head, if you're in the 80s range, it's only about 150 to 200 less CP. Actually, it might not even be that much. It might be from 150 to 100 less CP than max. So as you can see, there's not much of a difference. And as far as attack, defense, and HP go for the IVs, depending on the Pokemon it doesn't matter. But if you get 14, 14, 14 for your IV percentages there, the total is about 91, I believe. So it doesn't matter what value is assigned to each category, whether it's HP, attack, or defense. You can have multiple different ways of having it and coming out with the same IV percentage. So it can be like 13, 12, 12 or 12, 12, 13. But some Pokemon are better in defense than they are attack, so you would prefer a 15% IV or a 15 IV for that defensive Pokemon, so you increase that defense even more. And what you see on the Silph Road, if you haven't checked it out, you should, is you see a Pokemon's base stats. So IVs aren't even tacked onto that. So Mantine has a defense of 260. Having a 15 IV makes that even better. So keep that in mind, and just always try to strive for the best IV possible and the percentage for your Pokemon. Okay, this one isn't too exciting, but Ladian has like a 209 defense. 209. Attack's like 110. But Ladian is a good counter to Exeggutor with those 2 Bug-type moves. I'm hoping to get Bug Bite, Silverwind, I believe. That's all I'm looking for. This is a high AV one. Yes, that's exactly what I got. So, believe it or not, I'll probably power this guy up because it's a good trainer for gyms against Exeggutor, and maybe even take him down too with that high defense. I'm going to go ahead and do another one. This is a 97% IV Metapod. I don't have a good Butterfree, and Butterfree actually kind of got buffed a little bit in CP, so having a double Bug-type move just like Ladian would be perfect for Exeggutor in training or taking him down even. Butterfree's so cool. Confusion Bug Buzz. Confusion is not going to do anything to Exeggutor. It's not very effective. Okay, let's actually go ahead and do one more. With Natu. We want Air/Future Sight, I believe. I don't think Xatu can learn Brave Bird or anything like that. So, Xatu's got a high attack, like 192, I believe. That's nuts. Maxes out just about 2,000. Feint Attack, Ominous Wind. That's a terrible moveset. Alright, on to the next question. Okay, how do we stop spoofers from taking gyms? Us, physically, we can't. Niantic has been taking measures and making sure that people are not using third-party apps to cheat the game. So they're doing that as we speak. So hopefully they crack down on it even more. That's how we're going to take care of the spoofers in the gyms. Otherwise, you can make their life a living hell by taking over the gyms constantly and just sitting there waiting for them to take them back. But other than that, we can't stop them. Niantic's trying to stop them again as we speak. How do you know when you're in a different biome? Just pay attention to the Pokemon that are spawning. You're going to know if you're in a water biome if all you see is Remoraid, Goldeen, Staryu, Magikarp, stuff like that. As far as like a rock biome or something, you'll see Geodude, Phanpy, Onix, stuff like that. But there's not very many around here where I live in this area, so it's kind of hard to tell. You'll know if you're in a prairie kind of biome because you'll see some Growlithe, stuff like that. Pay attention to spawns. They are consistent. So that's how you know which biome you're in. Spawns will be 100% consistent. When is Gen 3 coming out? Gen 3 will be coming out at the end of this year for sure. Just look at the timetable. It's coming out the end of this year. Maybe the very beginning of next year. But it'll come out this year, for the end of this year for sure. Why haven't we hung out yet? We will. When can I get a reward for 30 plus gems? I don't think they'll ever do that because they're going to want to make money off you. They're going to want you to buy coins. You're not going to be able to rake in as many coins as you possibly can. So, it's going to be stuck to 10, unfortunately. Who can get to a top spot when the slot is the same as the CP Pokemon? I see what you're saying. Honestly, right now, as gyms go, it's first come, first serve. Depending on the CP, that is. So, if you have a CP Pokemon that's 3,500 like Dragonite, and you're first, you're in. If someone already has one, and you put yours in second, you're second. It's first come, first serve when it comes to CP. If I'm wrong for whatever reason, because I've witnessed it being first come, first serve, but it could potentially mean also that my IVs were lower. If your Pokemon isn't maxed out per se. So the higher IVs go first. But 100% sure it's first come, first serve. Now, let's finish off these evolutions. Alright, I'm going to skip the Fanfy, and we're going to go straight to a 95% IV Poliwag going straight to a Poliwrath. Poliwrath is way better than Politoed, unfortunately, and I'm going to do a video over which ones you should evolve. Should you go from Gen 1 to Gen 2? Or should you stick with Gen 1? Or should you go to Gen 2? Which is better to use your candies for? For example, like Vileplume or Blossom, Poliwrath or Politoed. What's another one? Oh, Blossom or some Flora. See? Which one would you use it for? Slowbro or Slow King? Bubble and Ice Punch. I wanted 2 fighting moves. I think it was Rock Smash and Dynamic Punch. This is 95% IV, people. I got that terrible moveset. Dang it. Oh well. Go with this Psyduck. That's depressing. 97% IV. What a waste. Or not 97, 95. Maybe I'll get a 97 and get Rock Smash and Dynamic Punch. I still don't have a good IV Gold Duck with Water Gun Hydro Pump. I still don't. Hoping maybe today's the day. I think he just has way too many moves. Seriously. I think he can learn Psychic, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, probably something else. Unbelievable. Ay. Alright. And here is what I've been waiting for so long. Donphan. Oh my gosh. Donphan maxes out over 3,000 CP. Oh my gosh, look at him. So cool. One of the coolest Pokemon in this game. New Pokedex entry. And that should put me over the edge. Counter Heavy Slam. That's not bad, I guess. I'd rather prefer Counter and Earthquake, but Donphan's a beast. And here we go. Ready? Boom. Oh my gosh. There it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you got any questions, find us on Instagram at Pokemon Go Brothers, or find us on Twitter at PokeGo Brothers. Ask your questions. We will feature you in our videos. If you like our videos, subscribe. Giving you guys the latest content, latest info. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.